Now, a new poll conducted by the Washington Post and ABC News shows Donald Trump with a 10-point lead over President Biden in a hypothetical 2024 rematch. Governor Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas, joins me now. Governor, good to see you. The Washington Post, of course, is trying to downplay their own poll, by the way, because they think it shows Trump too far ahead. But Democrats, I can imagine that even if they won't admit it, they're getting pretty nervous about this, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's funny that the Washington Post is downplaying their own poll. It's like a chef bringing a dish to the table and saying, don't eat this. It's awful. It's horrible. It'll make you sick. But go ahead. You know, we're going to serve it to you because you bought it. That's kind of how the WAPO is going through this. It's hard for them to understand, but it really isn't hard for most Americans to understand. Between inflation and the fact that we have this wide open border, that we've lost the respect of countries around the world, it's real simple. Even Democrats are looking at Joe Biden. They're watching him shuffle on and off a stage, bumbling and mumbling through a speech. And they're saying, this guy can't be president. We can't afford him. We can't afford him. We can't put gas in our cars, groceries on our table, but we can send Joe to Delaware and make a change.
Just those two first issues, though, immigration and the economy, with the economy as number one. The chief concerns of Americans, particularly as the costs of immigration are reaching far beyond the border now, to New York, to Chicago, to Los Angeles, et cetera. We got the debate coming up on Wednesday. How do the GOP candidates play that?
They need to stick to the most important issues that people care about. Don't debate Donald Trump. He's not going to be there. Leave him alone. He's doing his own thing. And quite frankly, he's with such an almost insurmountable lead. They need to decide who among that group of people on the stage has any shot at all of being the alternative. And I'm not sure any of them have yet proven that. They just need to stick to the groceries, gasoline issue. Border is also an issue, but don't talk about borders in terms of just that it's illegal. Talk about the human suffering, the fentanyl that's coming into the country, killing 100,000 Americans, people in their own communities, and also focus on the fact that there's sex trafficking. Little girls who are as young as 7, 8 years old are being treated as slaves. They ought to care about that. You
know, millions of people saw Sound of Freedom over the summer, even though they tried to push, the media tried to push the fact that it was a lousy movie and that it was involved in all kinds of conspiracies and so forth. The public didn't buy it. They went there. It was all about the way kids are brought into trafficking, ties directly into the border. I think now more than ever, people are open to that issue. But specifically on the GOP candidates, and Ron DeSantis in particular, there's some polls, New Hampshire has DeSantis running number 3 after Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy. How can he get his step back from this debate?
He's got to somehow break out from the pack. He didn't do it in the first debate. He didn't really lose a lot of ground, but he certainly didn't gain any. In the meantime, Vivek and Nikki were the ones who seemed to advance the most from that particular debate with what they said in the clear manner in which they said it. So this is a very critical moment that, you know, if DeSantis is going to make a move, he's got to start making it now, or his numbers just keep going down and he becomes that guy that maybe like Rudy Giuliani in 2008, who waited in Florida for everybody to get there, but the time they got there, the race was over.
Yeah, it's incredible how you can whittle away at your lead, maybe feeling too comfortable and not talking enough about the economy. He's got a great economic story to tell about Florida, particularly when you compare it to California, New York, Chicago. All of these blue states are doing terribly, and Florida is doing spectacularly. He should just talk about that, as far as I'm concerned. My opinion. Governor, great to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Give our best to the current governor of Arkansas as well.